Welcome to Melbourne, where qualifying for the Australian Grand Prix should be getting underway shortly. The grid is all set then for the race tomorrow. But before we go, let's quickly remind ourselves of our top three, who are Bottas, Vettel and Kimi Raikkonen. With qualifying complete, all that remains
So, unfortunately, we've picked up some grid penalties, and we'll be starting further back than you expect. As for how bad it is, that'll depend on what the other drivers get.
new drivers, new cars and a new Formula One season. But it's the same Albert Park that we've come to know and love for more than 2 decades now that hosts the first round of a 21-race championship, taking us from here in Melbourne, Australia, across the globe before we eventually reach the season finale at Yas Marina Circuit in Abu Dhabi. Here's the track then, 16 corners, 6 to the left and 10 to the right. They make up the 3.3 miles around Albert Park Lake, with turn 1 and 3 providing the best opportunities to pass. We have plenty of changes to the sport this year, with the addition of new safety features, the return of France and Germany in an expanded 21-race calendar, and more tyre compounds than ever before. And of course, we have some big cars. With that then, let's run through the grid order. Valtteri Bottas lines up on pole position. And starting alongside in P2 is Sebastian Vettel. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Raikkonen.
Okay, I know it's your home Grand Prix, but treat it like any other race. Don't take unnecessary risks. Careful with the front wing, you've taken some minor damage. P13, you're currently in P13. Gasly is ahead of you, Leclerc is behind you. Pit window opens in 5 laps time. 5 laps, 15 laps still remaining. Your front wing is damaged. Expect a lot of understeer unless we replace it. A new strategy is available on the MFT. Copy. Okay, back to the pits. You need a new front wing. Box now. The drivers we're racing are Van Dorn and Verstappen. Okay, we can take you this lap.
There's a huge amount of time to be won and lost in the pits, but ensure that you don't get too greedy as you approach the pit lane speed limit line. On the approach, you'll see a notification of the pit lane speed limit and your distance to the limit line. If you cross this threshold too fast, you'll be given a speeding penalty, so be careful. There are valuable
Exit now. Pit strategy. We're sat at the back, last place. Sirotkin is ahead of you. Okay, gap ahead is 41.3 seconds. They're on fresh Ultra Softs. Their tyres are 1 lap old. We think they've got one more stop. The time last lap was a 1:50.0. We're the last of the running cars. Sirotkin ahead. Our gap to the car in front is 41.3 seconds. They're on fresh Ultra Softs. 14 laps to go. Okay, box. We're adjusting the strategy. Come in this lap. You have a lot of wing damage. Box for a new one. speed now. Let's get some heat into those tyres. Blue flag, blue flag. DRS is being enabled this lap. You can use DRS when you are within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone. You've got front wing damage. Recommend you box for a new one. Blue flag conditions. Create a gap and let the car behind through.
Brilliant stuff from Mercedes today. That's another historic win. And I have to wonder, Anthony Davidson, just what set them apart from the competition here.
The difference was clearly in the strategy. You could tell they'd done a lot of work on the pit wall to really optimise each stint and get the most out of the tyres. And it highlights just how much of a team sport this really is. But credit to the driver as well, though. There's no good having a well-oiled machine behind the scenes without a talented hound on the wheel, of course.
So as I say that, we can see the drivers coming out now to collect their trophies. It's yet more silverware to take back to their base in Brackley after another excellent Grand Prix. And after this round of the World Championship, here's how things look in the drivers' table. Lewis Hamilton takes the lead of the Drivers' Championship. Moving on to the driver of the day then. Anthony Davidson, who would you go for?
I'm going to say Stoffel Van Dorn. It was probably one of his best drives this season. I was thoroughly impressed.
And now let's take a look at the constructors' standings. Mercedes move to the top of the table. That's it for today's
Bad luck out there today. What do you think went wrong? That crash looked pretty serious. Can you walk me through what happened? It wasn't the cleanest race today, was it? Appreciate your time.
We've received invitations to new historic events. You'll be able to choose whether or not to participate before the end of this weekend.